Welcome to 10 Terrific Tips to Tackling Tough Sciences at Brandeis University, brought to you by Judith Hudson, the Pre-Health Advisor, and the Roosevelt Fellows. These tips are presented in no specific order and are all of equal importance. Tip number 10. Know your resources. Get acquainted with the latte page, as this can be a great way for you to know what's available to you. Know where to find your course syllabus along with your professor's office hours and where those office hours are. You can also find on the latte page your TA's contact info along with their office hours if they have any. Tip number 9. Plan ahead. You don't want to be up the night before an exam reading the whole textbook. You want to make sure that you know when your due dates are, when the exam is, when the lab reports are due, and that you're reviewing the material throughout. If you plan your schedule at the beginning of the semester, then you can make sure that you have time. It's also important to include time to get some sleep. Tip number 8. Read the textbook ahead of time. Although it may seem tedious to read the chapter beforehand, you can at least skim it the day before the lecture. That way, if a professor has a habit of talking very quickly during the lecture, you can at least know the terminology and keep up so that you're making sure to take good notes at the time. It can also be a lot easier to familiarize yourself with the material so that way you can follow and already have a decent grasp of what will be going on. Tip number 7. Don't hesitate to take advantage of a professor's office hours. They're there to help you. This can be a great way if you're in a large lecture class to get to know the professor one-on-one. You could ask them about questions you might have about the material or even get a chance to get to know them a little better. Tip number 6. If you're not available during a professor's office hours, don't be afraid to seek the professor outside of those hours. Plan time in advance or stop by and ask questions after the lecture. Tip number 5. Take advantage of TA's office hours. TAs are graduate and undergraduate students that can often be mediators between you and the professor. Tip number 4. Group study. That can be BUGS, Brandeis Undergraduate Group Study, SI, SSG, or informal group study with your friends and peers. These group study sessions can be a great way for you to get together with students who have already taken the class, or students currently in the class who may have some of the same questions. It can be a great way to work on problems together. Tip number 3. Practice problems. Do the practice problems while you are learning the chapter. That way you can get better acquainted with the types of questions that might be asked on an exam, and you can also be sure that you're understanding the material correctly. That way, in case you miss something, you can reach out to your professor or TA or a friend in your class to help you get a better understanding of the material. Tip number 2. It's important to structure your schedule with a variety of different courses. Lab reports, problem sets, and exams in the sciences can become monotonous, and by adding a course in either the creative arts school, humanities, or social sciences, you can add variety into your schedule. You can work your brain in a different way, you can get evaluated in a different way, and they say that variety is the spice of life. Tip number 1. Now I know we started off this video by saying that each of these 10 tips were equally important, but this one might be a smidgen more important than the rest. Have fun. Make sure to plan time with your friends. Have fun on the great lawn, eat together in U-Stand, maybe watch a movie, just do something that you enjoy. The sciences at Brandeis are not easy, and you want to make sure that you reduce stress, blow off some of that steam, and take some time to really enjoy your Brandeis experience. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck! Is that good?
Yeah, okay. Who are you?
What?
Who are you? Variety is the spice of life.